Welcome, everybody. This is a new iteration of Career Insights, Industry Insights. I'm Mike Kimmel. I am the graduate assistant for the employer engagement team. I'm joined by Haley and Maggie today from AlphaSights. We're very excited to have them on. And with that, we're going to launch right into it. So, Haley, Maggie, please introduce yourselves and introduce AlphaSights.
Awesome. I'll start us off here. So my name is Haley. I'm a campus recruiter at AlphaSights, and I'm Lehigh's dedicated recruiter for this hiring season. Just to give a little bit of background about AlphaSights, we are an information services firm, so we connect experts with clients to help our clients make more informed and more competitive business decisions. We work with clients within capital markets, consulting firms, private equity firms, and corporate companies. And the main roles that we're recruiting into would come into our client service team, our full-time associate program, as well as our summer associate internship program. And the main skills you'd really be honing in on are within the softer side of business. So things like professional communication, teamwork, account management, etc. And would love to pass the floor over to Maggie, who is actually on our client service team.
Awesome. Yep. Like Haley mentioned, my name is Maggie. I'm currently a manager on one of our integrated services teams. I mainly support our private equity book of business. I've been at AlphaSights for just over 3 years now. Graduated from Lehigh in 2019, where I was a part of the Ideas program. Got a degree in industrial engineering and social sciences, but have been at AlphaSights ever since I graduated and in New York.
Great. Thank you both for the wonderful introduction. I love the fact that we have alumni present on our episodes. They always really draw students in and really help give a unique perspective that is very valuable to our up and coming graduates. So thank you both for coming on today. With that, we're exploring a new concept of bringing your full self to work. And it's important to feel that you belong, that you have connections, and that your employer really cares about you. It's really important to this undergrad class of students. And so that's something we want to touch on today and we want to open up. So what does the concept of bringing your full self to work mean to AlphaSights?
Cool. I can take this one. So at AlphaSights, the core of what we do here is really client service. So bringing your full self to work means putting your clients first, acting as a thought partner to clients who are working on these multi-million, billion-dollar investments, and bringing a growth mindset and positivity to everything you do. That being said, our culture is super collaborative. You work really closely with other members of your team and across your team. And work-life balance is very important personally to me and to other members of the team as well. We have team events. We have 2 meetings every day where we talk through our priorities, make sure everyone's feeling good, is able to basically let their team know I'm at capacity, I can't take any more work, or I'm able to help. So we're really transparent with how we're feeling in terms of our workload, and that type of relationship really goes a long way.
Yeah, just to add to that, really what came to mind first when I saw this question was just being able to trust your teammates and know that they are like your support system behind you. If you are at capacity for things, being able to trust your teammates to help you out, take work. And also, I think a key thing that we look for, like in potential people to work here, is that they're really driven and ambitious. And I know for me, having people on the desk next to me, my colleagues working equally as hard as I am, like it's definitely very motivating, and it helps me to like put my best foot forward every day when I come into the office.
Yeah, and to kind of add to that, I would say everyone has a team mindset, a team mentality. When our team wins, everyone wins. As cheesy as that may sound, but it's
no. I actually wanted to touch on something that was really important that I had a conversation recently with a soon-to-be graduate from one of the undergraduate programs here at Lehigh. And one of the main things for her is developing a work-life balance. Can you share a bit of both? This is open to, either Haley, Maggie, or both. How do you really develop a good work-life balance and what does it look like?
I think work-life balance definitely comes down to trust and making sure it's always a part of the conversation, always top of mind. We have regular touch points weekly. So I meet with my associates every week, and part of that touch point is just asking them how they're feeling, if there's anything I can do to better support them, and collecting feedback. We have a really strong feedback culture at AlphaSights, and I do think that also goes hand in hand with establishing a strong work-life balance too.
I actually am a yoga instructor, which so I have kind of like a side gig. And so I think that in itself, like my manager and my team has been really flexible that I'm able, to teach classes before work or after work. Also, my team loves to come to my classes and support me. So that's just an added cool point.
Amazing. Have you ever done yoga classes, during like a lunch? Have they ever brought you in to do like an informal class? Yeah.
COVID, I think Maggie might know better than me, had yoga every Monday night.
Nice.
But I feel like they should bring it back. Yeah, that'd be
good. We've had a couple of team-wide, they're actually like global events where we have had some I don't think it was you, Haley, but we've had some other AlphaSights yoga instructors teach a class to the full global team during like a lunch break, as kind of a midday reset. So that's always been fun too.
It really does sound like a work environment that cares about its employees, and in turn, they care about the company and the success of everybody. And so I think it's wonderful to really hear this, and I appreciate companies, more and more I hear about, the care for mental health and, the work boundaries and really respecting your employees. So thank you guys for both sharing. As we go into our next question, we're really looking for opportunities within companies to find belonging. So now we talked about kind of the concept and the philosophy that kind of underpins AlphaSights. But let's dive a little bit deeper into what opportunities does your company offer that would assist students in their search process when they're really thinking about what opportunities do I have for connection, for equity, for advancement?
Yeah, I think some of the top things that come to mind first here are definitely our employee resource groups that we have at the firm. So those are things like Latinos at AlphaSights, Black professionals at AlphaSights, our Asian Knowledge Inclusion Network, also our Women's Initiative Network. And then we have some newer organizations, Parents at AlphaSights or Minds at AlphaSights. Along with that, we also have sports teams and other more like interest groups. So I think all of those groups, people are able to get involved with those from day one of their time at AlphaSights. And those are just another way to find like a community outside of your immediate team. They all kind of vary in how involved you might be in each of them, but it definitely, you're able to find that community and of maybe people from a similar background or a similar culture or going through a similar experience. Along with that, we also do have a one-on-one training model. So when new joiners begin, they're paired one-on-one with a trainer, someone who's been here for at least a year at the firm, someone who's probably been in the exact role, they're starting in. And I think that's a really unique kind of mentorship, organic mentorship model that we offer. And then lastly, just thinking through our onboarding process and other trainings throughout AlphaSights employees tenure. We offer unconscious bias trainings. We recently implemented an entire inclusion curriculum into our onboarding. Also some trainings around microaggressions. And a lot of this comes back to, we hired I think she's been here for about 2 years now, a diversity, equity, and inclusion manager, Aram, who sits on my team. And she's really spearheaded a lot of these initiatives. And I think just hiring someone in that role also really shows AlphaSights commitment to these areas.
Great. Maggie, as a manager with a dedicated team, do you have any direct experience either personally or kind of like with your employees with these trainings or maybe some of these ERGs that were mentioned?
Yeah. So as part of your manager training, you have specific D, E, and I training as well and upskilling there. We all take the eliminating bias training as well. That being said, my team actually has a specific group dedicated to D&I just for our team. So not only is AlphaSights kind of supporting that as an initiative, but individual teams have their own kind of people who are promoting that from within as well. That being said, also some other things to note from the associate standpoint. We promote from within. We have a promote from within culture. So as Haley mentions, as we are recruiting diverse talent, and that's a really important part of our strategy, those types of individuals are going to move up into leadership roles as well. So the majority of all the current leaders on the client service team, whether they're managers or VPs or SVPs, they began as associates themselves. So providing them with equal opportunity to exceed from the get-go is also super important.
Great, wonderful answer. Thank you both. What are some key takeaways that you would like any interested soon-to-be grads, maybe they see this video and they become very much interested in AlphaSights. Is there anything that you would like to leave for them?
Yeah, definitely on the side of of recruiting, as that's the side that I'm in, would say, first and foremost, we're actively recruiting for our client service team. And we're a high growth firm. So every year we're recruiting a new class. So no matter when you watch this video, we're going to be recruiting. And so if you are looking for a role where you're going to be developing those softer business skills, honing in on your communication skills, working with the team, speaking with clients and experts, then this could potentially be a fit for you. As we've talked through, our company culture and our commitment to DE&I, our commitment to training and promoting from within, I think sets us apart as, a really strong potential employer. So yeah, that is my kind of wrap up.
Yeah. Cool. And just to add on to that from a Lehigh alum perspective, I think Lehigh has just generally a ton of opportunities that are available to students, both through the Career Center and outside of the Career Center as well. My biggest piece of advice to seniors who might be looking for a full-time role is just taking advantage of those types of opportunities. I think Lehigh has always seemed to me, and my friends as well from college, Lehigh is a catalyst for creating leaders. And ultimately, I think the skills that I learned from Lehigh through my extracurricular experiences, through my major, ultimately set me up with the leadership skills that I needed to be successful in this role. So my main piece of advice is take advantage of the opportunities that you have at Lehigh. I do think you're set up for success.
Great. Well, thank you both. Thank you to AlphaSights, Haley and Maggie. Thank you for spending time with us and really for your commitment to Lehigh talent. It's greatly appreciated. As always, this video will be timestamped based on the questions asked. So if you're interested in just particular questions, you as a viewer can jump around and find those particular answers. So with that being said, thank you for another wonderful episode.